Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Davey. How are you doing?
Welcome, everyone. Hello, Peter. I am doing fine. Thank you. Yourself?
You are doing... Yes, not bad at all. Cairns absolutely loaded with the cold, but
Dear. Not
that's
good.
not so good. But apart from that, we're all right. We're all right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight. I think you're going to enjoy the show tonight. We're going to have a wonderful show. We have got a lot of dance music coming your way tonight. If you enjoy it, hit that share button. Remember, we're on Facebook.
And if you don't enjoy it, hit that share button.
If you don't enjoy it, hit the share button as well. But the thing is, we've got two members of the Cullivoe Dance Band. We just spoke about that. The Cullivoe Band from Shetland was tonight. The boys have been nominated for the Trad Awards.
What's that?
That's that thing we were nominated for last year.
Not this year.
Yeah, but we didn't win.
Didn't get nominated.
Oh, we didn't get nominated this year. No. But anyway, the lads have been nominated, and it's great that we're bigging up as much votes for the Shetland boys as we can. So it's just worked out perfect that they can come on tonight. So really looking forward to that. It'll be really good. I've known both these lads since they were knee-high to a grasshopper, basically. They were just wee lads when I moved to Shetland. So, hi, Mary is in Mexico tonight.
No sarcastic comments.
Mary's either in Mexico or Florida
California.
or somewhere. Mary, you just have a great life.
You just...
Fantastic. Remember, folks, keep your comments coming in. We love seeing your comments. It's fantastic. Hi, Derek. Hi, John. It's absolutely magic to see all these. Rosina in Canada. Fantastic. In Vancouver. I was telling the boys, folk join us all over the world, and there you are, you're proving it right. And Brian Forrest in the Borders. Hi, Brian, how are you getting on? Nice to see you there. Good. Right. So, one thing we're going to have to talk about tonight, just briefly, aren't we? Briefly.
Yeah. Aye.
A wee bit of news for you, ladies and gentlemen. It's a bit of sad news, in a way. But we are going to work to the end of the year with Tartan Tunes. on the Sunday nights, and then we're going to stop.
Yep.
We've been doing it for 3 years now, every Sunday night, and it's been a lot of work. But we have thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's been absolutely superb, meeting so many musicians all over the world, etc., etc. But I think Davey will agree here. One of the things that's getting harder now is getting guests and tying guests down.
Yeah, we've always said that if guests get a gig or a thing like this, that's the priority for them. And it has got to the point now that we are booking guests. We're booking guests up in months in advance, and then the week that we contact them, they've got a gig.
Yeah,
which is great for them, but it does mean that we have to kind of panic and get a guest for yourselves.
So it worked really, really well through COVID, because we were doing nothing and the artists were doing nothing. So it worked really well. Listen, it's fantastic to see so many people joining us tonight. Just the night we go and announce we're stopping, look at it, we've got hundreds of folks joining us. That's typical.
Was it something we said?
Right, there we go. Yeah,
however,
they're making sure we go.
We do have guests booked for the whole of the rest of the year. From all over the place. The only night we're not going to be on is Christmas Eve. We are going to spend that with our families. However, we do plan on doing a pre-recorded show on Hogmanay.
We do.
So for those of you that want to celebrate the bells, you'll be able to watch a show from ourselves up until the bells. We're not sure how long it's going to be. It might be a 1 hour show, might be a 2 hour show, might be a 3 hour show. It depends, as we have asked our previous guests to contribute.
There's a lot of folks putting in videos and things already, so it's great. But and then the other thing is, we're still thinking, rather than killing Tartan Tunes off completely and utterly, as a lifeline, we might come back and do specials every so often. Like we might come back and do a Burns night, we might do a St Andrews night, that kind of stuff. We might come back and do the Naked Gardener Day.
Now, I asked you this question and I said to Peter, now Peter, do you push your lawnmower or do you ride it?
Oh, then I go here again.
And he's got a sheep in the garden, so...
Stop talking about my sheep. Yeah. Right, anyway, listen, ladies and gentlemen, enough about that for now. Hi, Shirley. Keep the comments coming in, keep sharing. You're going to love the music tonight for the Cullivoe Band. What we're going to do is start off with a wee track, and it's before, I think Graeme Garrick, that's in the drummers in this line-up here, but it's before James kind of joined. James has been there the last couple of years. So this was the line-up when we had Ivor Scully and Brian Gare, that most fantastic fiddler, and Matthew Scully is on accordion. I think Martin Henderson and Graeme on Martin on piano and Graeme on drums. So a wee track for you to begin with. Enjoy the Cullivoe Band, and then we'll get the boys on and build it up for there.
Here we go. This is the first video, yeah?
Yeah. There we go. Fantastic stuff. Let's bring
Peter,
this alive. Yes.
Is this why you don't get many gigs? Because you're up against them?
I know, exactly. Can you do? Let's bring the guests on. Mr. James Leask and Mr. Graeme Garrick. Hello, lads.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
How are you doing? He's all right. He's fine. Yeah. Fantastic. Great you've come on to join us tonight. That was there's so many folk watching, guys. It's fantastic. So no, I'm not wanting to make you nervous or anything like that. But as you can see, there's folk watching you from all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, keep sharing. You're going to love this tonight. It's a great music coming along your way from one of the Trad Award nominees for the Best Dance Band of the Year, the Cullivoe Band.
Other bands are available. Oh no, we're not BBC, are we? Oh, who cares?
We don't have to say that. We don't have to say that. That's the BBC. That's it. There's only one band we want you to vote for, folks, and that's the Cullivoe Band. So we're going to build that up. We'll tell you how to vote later on and all that kind of stuff. Don't worry. Graeme, James, fantastic having you on. I have known you guys since I moved to Shetland 28 years ago, and you weren't very old at that point in time.
No, it's true. Let you know.
I mind these wee boys going on the stage playing accordions, and it was fantastic because I think the thing is, Graeme, you're known in the Cullivoe Band now for drumming, but initially you were an accordion player as well. We might dabble with something with that in a wee while, actually. But, and of course, you were both taught by Alice Nicholson, and very sadly, Alice passed away there just recently. But she was absolutely fantastic at bringing on lots of youngsters in Shetland as well. And you two are doing her proud, that's for sure. I'm sure she'd have been chuffed to bits with that.
Yeah, so, a lot of pupils at the time when we were going there. So
yeah, it was great. Absolutely fantastic. So the Cullivoe Band, let's talk about that very quickly there. That original track we started with the other night, that was Ivor Scully playing accordion. Graeme, you were there because you were telling me earlier you've been in the band since 1999.
Yeah, it's 99, just about there. Yeah, got the chance to go out one night with him playing and never left again. So
that's right. Because I remember when I came to begin with, the lineup was Ivor on lead box. Brian was playing fiddle. Gordon Jimison, the great Gordon Jimison for Cullivoe, was on second accordion. Martin Henderson for Cullivoe on piano, and Gary Tulloch was on the drums at the time.
Yeah, that was right.
And then you took over for Gary, didn't you, when he stopped?
Yeah, Gary went away to work on cruise ships, I think it was. And
yeah, that's right.
They had a short period they didn't have a drummer, and then Ivor asked me if I would come for a night.
And I just want to point out to all the folks all over the world that these boys are playing the Cullivoe Band, but I'm actually the closest one to Cullivoe tonight because I'm in Mid-Yale and they're miles away, these boys. They're away at the south end. Yeah. But the Cullivoe Band started right back away, James, right back away in the day. It was Gordon Jimison and his brother Victor.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, Gordon and his brother Victor and Ian Jimison had played the piano. The three of them played the dances all around the Isles at that time in the 70s.
Amazing.
And progressed to there, and Ivor joined the band in the 80s. It's through time evolved from there.
Exactly. But I think one thing, and I think we all would be quite happy to say as youngsters, we'd have loved to have played in the Cullivoe Band at some point in time, because the actual drive and the swing with the band, it's just been the best for years. It's just worked, it swings. And I think it's natural music, it's good melodies, and it's good tunes. It's not got so complicated that you can't dance to it. And I think
it's all about just enjoying each other's company when you're playing. And then the camaraderie is always good.
Brian Forrest saying there's subtitles that folk can get with this as well, and it says the Cullivoe Band. Oh, well. It could be worse. It could be the Black and White Band, couldn't it? That would be worse. Anyhow, right. So, but when we were looking at the lineup's changing there. Yeah, the Cullivoe Band was always a stunning band, and of course Ivor was there. Unfortunately, I never met Willie Hunter, but Willie Hunter was in the fiddle before Brian. Yeah, joined it, and then of course when you couldn't have got a more perfect player to come along than Brian to fill Willie's shoes, and made his own mark on it as well, actually, over time, which is really nice. But the band still has that Cullivoe Band sound. It's never lost it, which is really quite amazing. And it's it reminds me of one of your competitors on the night, Ian McPhail's band. But do you know? I don't know if you agree with me, but I think anybody that whoever Ian's got playing with him, it still sounds like the Ian McPhail band.
That's right. Yeah, very distinctive band sound, and it's instantly recognisable.
It is. So, but anyway, right. So you guys, you had a wee band at school as well. Graeme was reminding me, Stramash, and we actually played at a few festivals, and I ended up playing piano with you.
That's right. I think the very first time, I think you played maybe the bass to begin with, and then you progressed.
Oh, that's right.
Piano,
played bass guitar a couple of times. That's right. Yeah. See the things you don't know about me, Davey Hunter.
I'm sorry, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you play bass guitar, it means you're supposed to have rhythm.
Thanks, David. Right, and anyway, so we're through that wee spell, and that was great fun, though, and it was a marvelous apprenticeships for you guys, because the music was still strong, folk were listening to it, folk were dancing. I feel a wee bit just now for any new upcoming young bands, because there's not really the same buzz with dancers, etc., and that for them to get that apprenticeship, we were all lucky to get, kind of style thing.
Yeah.
And we've been lucky to get that, so we have to hold on to it. Anyway, but so you played with that wee band. Then, James, you went on and kind of formed your own band. You and me were both playing in Fustra as well, right enough, for a while.
That's right. Yeah.
But then you formed your own band, and I ended up playing piano with that for a wee while. And then Martin ended up playing piano as well. That's in the Cullivoe Band. So we've got all these connections going on here. But it was great fun when you had the band as well. But your band had its own sound as well. And then the Cullivoe Band. And when I hear you playing now with the Cullivoe Band, I hear that Cullivoe Band sound swinging through again, which is quite amazing. You know, it's just... It's funny. Have you found you've had to change your style, or are you just sitting down playing and enjoying it?
I think we're kind of been quite lucky, because over the years we're all kent with another for so long, and we've had tunes socially on many occasions, and it just kind of works. Well, great. No rhyme or reason. There's no rhyme or reason to it, but it just I think
I found this wee video earlier on that we're going to hear now. It's a wee set of Shetland waltzes, all by the great maestro himself, Jim Halcrow, that you played with your band.
Okay,
it looks like it's maybe at the same concert actually as the first track we heard there, is it? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was one of the club. I think it was one of the club concerts, maybe in the Garrison Theatre. So. Yeah,
right. Yeah. So you've got Graeme playing second accordion here.
That's right.
So this is to prove that he is a musician as well, that he's not just a drummer. So what we'll do here, I think, can you mind the names of the tunes here?
Yeah, I think it was Doreen's Waltz and then Rita, both by Jim Halcrow.
Right. Let's have them. You'll love this. Lovely tunes. Fantastic, boys. Fantastic. Lovely sound. Lots and lots of folk really, really enjoying that. Edna, no, Gemma Small's dad played with the Fustra. Edna, not the Cullivoe Band. So there we go. Right, but anyway, listen, folks, loads of folk watching this tonight, and you're all enjoying it. Keep sharing, keep hitting the share button. It's fantastic. These lads, the Cullivoe Band there, you can find them on Facebook. They've got their own Facebook page, but they have been nominated for one of the Trad Awards this year for Best Dance Band, and I think it would be most deserving. So we're going to tell you how to vote for that later on, aren't we?
Right.
Can we? Where do folk go to vote for that, Davey?
The internet.
You can go if you look up the Trad Awards, folks, you go in and it's fairly straightforward. It's absolutely straightforward. Graeme, drumming. Where did the drumming start then? Because you were playing the box first.
Yeah, I started the box when I was 8, and then about 13, I think it was, and I just decided I would like to try the drums, and was lucky to go to Douglas Johnson for lessons, and particularly the Scottish was what I like to play, Riders the Rock and all that. But it was
great stuff. Well,
kind of continued for there. And
it was funny. It's bringing back memories. Watching the two of you playing there, and I was thinking, your box is sounding good. And I mind you coming to me and saying you didn't ken a Marino 5 anywhere or something like that. And John Douglas found that one for you.
I believe it was maybe was it a box of Charlie Todd's? Maybe I think.
Was it? Was that where it came from? I can't mind now.
I think so.
It's funny because then James said one time, I'm looking for a goal, and we said to John Douglas, and John said, I think I can where there's one. Some man, John Douglas, for sorting newsboys out with instruments.
Very good. Yeah.
But so listen, before we go into playing with the tracks for the new lineup, I found this, Graeme, earlier on.
No.
Now it's a wee bit shaky at points because I'm not sure who was taking the film, but there was a wee wobble at the beginning, and then it settles out, and then there's a wee wobble in the middle just for a minute or two. So whether somebody's dog ran in and peed in their leg or something, I'm not very sure. But something obviously happened that put them off. But it's a two-step, and I was playing with you that night, playing second accordion for you. The Ness Boating Club, I think, for one of the festivals. I think it was 2011 or something like that, if I mind right, or something.
He was, yeah. You did a couple of years with me, Peter. I think for 1 year you actually played the pipes as well.
That's right, we got the pipes, didn't we?
I'm sorry, Graeme.
It worked really well. We got a clap at the end of it. And this one, it was quite funny when I was watching this because Martin was in the Cullivoe Band playing the piano. And was it Gary in the drums? I can't mind who was in the drums. It was Gary in the drums.
Yeah, I think it was Gary.
Because you can't really see him in the video. And then, but the thing that amuses me with this is the kind of original Cullivoe Band ones are all sitting watching us playing that night. I think there's Ian Tulloch sitting, and Ivor and Brian Gare and the whole kind of team kind of style thing. So,
no pressure.
What's that?
No pressure.
No pressure. No, it's sitting right in front of us as well, like right in front. We couldn't get any closer. That's it. So it's a wee two-step. Can you mind what it's called? I can't mind even.
No, I can't mind the name. Useless with them.
Just so as you can, that the drummer can play the accordion. Here he is playing lead for a wee Boston two-step.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Graeme Garrick Band.
And it's joint performance dancing figures, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the festival.
brings back some memories.
Now, before you start,
yeah,
I'm hoping this is the name of the tune and not a comment about somebody else. There you go.
Yeah, it was. No,
that's okay. I was a bit concerned when I was like, oh, shit.
That was John Hewin Stanton Fingers. Yeah, I couldn't have minded it either, to be honest. But there we go. So it was great fun. I saw. It looked like Shetland. Are they Young Heritage? What are they called now?
The Heritage Fiddlers in the background there.
So I saw them hanging about in the background there. They must have been waiting.
Waiting next.
So right, so that took us up to now. So where we're going now with this is saying, right, we've got up to modern date time. Obviously, you came in different directions for many years. James, you played with second accordion with Fuster when I was playing lead for a while, and then when I went out, you took over for a long time as well. You must have been in Fuster for a long time, actually.
Yeah, no, right enough. Yeah, it would be just over 20 years. Way back 2000 started first, so yeah, not a long time, and very enjoyable time too.
Yeah, gee whiz, yeah. It just seems like yesterday that we started all these things. So.
Certainly.
I mind being away on a tour once and Brian Morrison chasing you around the garden and somewhere or something like that. That was quite entertaining.
Many friends on some of the trips, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think that was after the 40 ounce of whiskey that the man gave us at the end of the gig.
End of the night as a thank you.
Yeah, it was something else. But mind that place we were staying in, they had a dug, and everybody was feared to go to their bed because you couldn't get by the dug to get into the bed.
Who ended up in a caravan, like that too.
Oh, was that Gretna? That was Gretna.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The caravan in Gretna. Nothing like it.
There we go.
Anyway, bringing us up to you played away with the first time. I done quite a few broadcasts with you with your own band as well. You done a number of broadcasts.
Right. Yeah. No,
Graeme was playing second box and them.
Correct. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, one particular one we done in the town hall was a cracking broadcast. It was really good fun, and it just worked really, really well. It was a nice night.
Yeah, I think that was one of the last times they were up in Shetland doing kind of recordings in Shetland, and we were lucky enough to get the chance to do that in the town hall. And yeah, it was a good fun that night.
What is that along the bottom, David? Will you stop putting things? So yeah, that was right. But it was great fun that night because we done a live one, remember, and then they done about 4 other ones that were recorded. Because I remember doing one that was recorded. I played with Colin Dewar in one.
That's
in that
right.
One as well. When he
lived up in the town hall as well.
Yeah, but that's a while ago now as well. That's a wee while ago.
Yeah, it must be 10, 12 years ago anyway. So.
But you've always stuck with the playing, both of you, right through. And James, you're on the accordion fiddle called Committee now as well, aren't you? And work with that.
That's right. Yeah. Help.
We've just had a festival by again, and it seems to have gone fairly successfully, hasn't it? It's went not too bad.
Yeah, it's good to see it all back up and running again after the downtime with COVID. So it's great just being able to be in each other's company again and enjoy live music.
It's been very, very difficult, COVID, because it's changed things. There's no doubt about that. It definitely has. There's a lot. People have definitely got out the way of going out, I think, more than anything. Sometimes I just think it's just we notice things, like the village dance hall things that folk would just put a dance on or that doesn't seem to happen very much nowadays. It's just, but
you'd think it's cost in general.
Well, possibly.
An element of that, maybe too, right?
Yeah.
Everyone is getting expensive. You're right. By the time, if you try to do a dinner dance or something, it's a lot of money for a family to go out to, kind of style thing. So there's that guy Martin Henderson's managed to get a reception. Evening, Martin.
Last see somewhere between here and Aberdeen, I think, at the moment.
Yeah, I think he said he was on the boat tonight, didn't he? Anyway, listen, we're going to have another track, but the present lineup in the band just now, is it a 4-piece or a 5-piece you're working with all the time just now?
Yeah, it's primarily a 4-piece, but we are lucky enough to get a second box player on occasions to come and join us for some of the bookings, and we're very grateful to a number of folk coming and doing that. Colin Sutherland's help was a great deal, and also folk like Brian and Scully, they're been too and supported us, which has been great.
David, they've never phoned me yet.
Oh.
Do you know what? You're too far away now. You're too far away. That extra
too far away.
Yeah,
I stay too close to Cullivoe. That's the
problem. Right. Yeah, folk will get confused.
Martin is from Cullivoe, but he stays in the Toon as well. So there we go. Yeah, Martin, good to see you. The boys are holding up for the Cullivoe band here, Martin, and we're drumming up votes. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, Trad Awards, you have to go in and vote for these guys. But anyway, this is the present lineup just now we're going to hear. This track, I'll just mind myself what track we've got next year. We've got a set of jigs, and it's for this year's festival. So it's James, yourself, Brian Gare on fiddle. Martin said Brian doesn't really like coming in these kind of shows to speak sometimes, so we'll maybe talk him into it sometime. And then who's with you? Colin Sutherland's with you, and Graham on the drums and Martin on the piano. Where were you playing at the night with this? Was that a concert night, was it?
It would have been a concert night, in the Bray Hall, I think, mate. Yeah.
Ah, brilliant, good. Can you mind the name of the set of jigs?
Yeah, it was all Shetland tunes. The first one was a tune called Bellevue. I think that was Gideon Stove. Then the tune Hall Bravey, Tammy Anderson, Garter Husvo again by Tammy. And the last team was an Arthur Scott Robertson tune called Tom of Roland.
Fantastic. Well done, James. Well remembered.
I have a crib sheet in front of me here.
It's your turn next. It's your turn next, Graham.
No chance. Starts with a chord and finishes with a chord.
Here we go.
absolutely splendid. Lovely drive there, boys. Really swingy.
Thank you.
Controlled. Really controlled as well, though. It's not going like a bat out of hell. It's good. It's nice. I remember Morris Smith from down your way, Graeme, telling me once about a set he'd heard that somebody was playing a set of tunes with millions of notes on it that he wasn't particularly fond of, and he said it sounded like a Haley Shore on a tin roof.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty accurate. And we always keep saying that as well. Strong melodies are great. How do you go about picking the tunes with the band, boys, Steve?
Yeah, quite often just involves having a get together and just going through music books. We quite enjoy kind of going back through a lot of the Shetland compositions and digging through a lot of the old tune books and stuff like that. Just see if we can kind of find something different and new. Maybe it's not been played so often. So the set of jigs there, Bellevue has been quite popular over the years, but a lot of the other ones is probably no heard so regularly. So it's just trying to find something fresh.
Absolutely, and like the last tune there by Arthur Scott Robertson. I mean, he wrote some cracking tunes. I mean, he wrote some brilliant tunes over the years. I mean, he had about 4 books out. There was 4 books in the Scott collection or something.
That's right. Yeah, and the Folk Society, they recently brought out, I think that was last year, they brought out that collection of his compositions again in a new book. So,
oh, did they? I didn't realise that. There we go. That's interesting.
Yeah. It's a terrific book for anybody's collection.
And it was the same way, like Kenneth Cooper brought out Ronnie Cooper's stuff all in one book.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Way back in the 70s, they were all 4 books kind of style thing. But it's great.
Amazing that older tunes, they sound modern, a lot of them. You wouldn't credit that some of them it's quite a number of years old now, but it's still fresh and modern sounding.
And I still think there's a Shetland twang to tunes, whatever happens. Even the new stuff, we're going to hear a case of that in a wee minute or two, actually. But I don't know. It's just the way it works up here, and folk write tunes that have got nice melodies, and
it's certainly a style, I think. Yeah,
definitely. And I mean, I know it's a Scottish dance band as such that has come up and ended up here, but I think in the early days when the Scottish bands were coming up and they were meeting people like Ronnie Cooper and Jim Halcrow and all these guys, and they were blown away by them as well, kind of style thing. And that's so obvious to see because there's recordings of South bands everywhere that's got so much Shetland stuff on it, you know, and it was just amazing. And I must credit Jacob there for the filming, by the way. I know it's Ingrid putting a wee thing on. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was there in hand to capture it. So thanks to him.
There's Nicola Braid and Gordon Haddo watching tonight as well. That's nice. There's loads of folk out there. Folk, if you have any questions for the boys, please put them in, because if there is anything you'd like to know about them playing and where it's going along, that's be fantastic to know. And remember, vote for them in the Trad Awards. That's it. Right. When we were talking about modern composition, this next set, and I'm awfully pleased to say, I think this lady that composed these is actually watching tonight because she put a comment on earlier on. Is this a couple of Iris Sanderson's tunes here?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, we played a couple of her waltzes at this past festival in October there, and two cracking tunes, really lovely tunes.
And so how did that happen? Was you speaking to her and she said, "I've written this," or where did you hear these then?
Yeah, no, it was we got the music. We've just kind of been gathering together a lot of the Shetland tunes, and she kindly provided the manuscript to Martin, and we sat down and played over a selection of them, and we really enjoyed this two in particular and put them together in a set.
Brilliant. And because it's amazing, isn't it? And I mean, these are lovely tunes, but it's amazing in Shetland the people that have written tunes that we don't even know have written tunes. And quite often it's even somebody's passed away and then they find a book. And they're like, "Oh no, I never even know they wrote tunes," you know.
And I know an old guy at Station Shetland, a box player, wrote some tunes. Wood.
I know it was going. I knew he was working on it. I'm a smooth mouther, really, though. By the way, I'm allowed to say that, boys, because this is my show, so it's all right.
Yeah, there's a lot of tunes that's just never ever discovered as well, and
totally.
No,
really,
these are
really good
absolutely. I agree with Ingrid totally. These are cracking tunes. So let's have a listen. Do you know what were they called? Can you mind the names of these two?
Yeah, the first tune was a tune called Bobby and Fiona's Hemfern, and then the second one was for great music enthusiasts. It's Pat and Betty Eiswister. It's written for their Ruby Wedding, so Pat and Betty's Ruby Waltz.
I think you better, before we play them, tell everybody what a Hemfern is, because we've got listeners all over the world and they have no idea what you're speaking about.
Yeah, well, that's true. A Hemfern then is you quite often get maybe a couple that goes away and gets married out with Shetland, and then when they come back, then they sort of redo the wedding effectively and have the party with the dance and the supper, and that's the Hemfern. So it's the homecoming basically.
Two takes. That's the way to do it. Yeah. Great stuff here there. Bonnie tunes.
Yeah.
arrangement, boys. Beautiful. Very, very nice. Interesting there. You can hear the fiddle singing through, can't you? We might have to give praise there to Mr. Gare. And Brian, that's got a comment up there just now, but he had a comment earlier saying, quite interesting as well, when he said he thinks a lot of the Shetland tunes are maybe fiddle, lean towards the fiddle. But I think maybe they do, but I think it's the way you play them. And James, you're playing the lead with Brian. I've been lucky enough myself to have a couple of tunes with Brian playing. And I don't know how you feel, but he makes me play slightly. It's easy playing with him. He makes me play really.
Yeah, no, I came what you mean. Yeah, no, it does bring things out, and you do lean on that.
Didn't think you'd possibly do even, and it's the way he plays there. Sometimes he's pushing the note just slightly in front and giving it a wee edge, and then an octave and all sorts of things. A very, very talented man. Very talented. So, back to the two of you. Influences then. Who were your influences through the years? That's an interesting question.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I have to say they've been so lucky in terms of as we're kind of been coming up through the years of playing, had involvement with so many different great musicians and bands. So obviously very grateful to, as we touched on earlier, to Alice Nicholson, that kind of got both me and Graeme in among the accordion and the tuition there. So we both had a long association with that family at Brindisi all this year. So there's Alan, and then the next generation, Callum, as well now. Fabulous.
And they're stunning players. They are stunning players.
Well. Yeah, so good. Yeah. And then, grateful to Lexi yourself too, Peter, for you got me playing second accordion, and as you say, it kind of got the band going when we were youngsters, and that was very much appreciated. And then all the Shetland bands enjoyed it all. Kind of Lexi Gordon, Jamieson, and them, and the original Cullivoe band, and Ivor, a lot of admiration for the playing, and then further afield,
I think a lot.
The greats.
I think a lot.
Fail.
Yeah, I think a lot was encouragement as well. The amount of encouragement that I felt I got was amazing. Like you had, as James said, the ones, it's some ones, but the encouragement you got for everybody, and they were always keen to push you to come out, and especially the Fiddle and Accordion Club, to get you there, to get you playing. And
I think we were so lucky as well. You mentioned Gordon Jamieson there, James, and Gordon, you knew Gordon, obviously, Graeme, as well, because you played with him for years. I mean, there was not a character like him. He was unbelievable. It was just hilarious.
There were some good nights with Gordon,
Great musician, great second box player, great lead box player. But, by God, the stories and things he could come with and things, I mind sitting in your old house one night listening to Gordon telling stories for about 5 hours, and honestly, tears rolling down my face, and just aching that way. You're aching because he could just tell a story like nobody else could.
Nobody else, yeah.
But they were so encouraging, as you say, to all the youngsters. They wanted everybody to play. And the other night I remember in your house was Jim Johnson went up against, and I think you were away actually, because did you not start uni or something?
I was away in Edinburgh. I might get in the phone call, and there were a lot of hilarity going on.
Some carry on that night. Jim Johnson speaking, and he had Robert Black with him in second box, and the boys were just, and Duncan was in piano, I think, the whole lot of them. And Jim sitting just told stories after story, and it was just something else. But these guys were great, and like Jimmy Burgess, Jimmy as well. Jimmy was so encouraging to all of us. And in fact, and I mean, he helped us all with up Helly stuff and that, getting away from the dance bands and things. Now, and another thing I wanted to mention, of course, you guys, the Perrys, you've grown up together, and by pure chance, well, it's not really chance, but you have ended up both on the Up Helly committee as well. You're going to be the Yarrow for the Up Helly Festival. For all our folks abroad listening, that's the Viking Festival at the end of January every year in Lerwick. And both these guys are going to be like the head Viking, the Yarrow. James, who's first? Are you, Graeme? You're first, aren't you? What year are you?
I'll be guys Yarrow in 2029.
2029. And James, you're
2035.
Wow.
So that's how long these guys know in advance. And for James, that's how long it's going to take him to grow a beard, you see. So
plenty of notice.
Graeme started.
But it's amazing, yeah, because they know 15 years in advance. Because I noticed last week the meetings and Scott Gowdy got onto the committee, and
That's right,
I was fortunate enough to play for Scott's dad, Billy Gowdy, the year he was the Yarrow, and that was the year 2000, because he was the Millennium Yarrow. And when I was out playing, Kevin Henderson was out that day as well, the fiddle player as well, and Alan Clark, I think it was. But we were all out, and it seemed ironic when I heard when he was going to be Yarrow. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to be 70 by the time Scott's is Yarrow. You know? It's unbelievable how time flies past.
I know it's not obviously a music question, but is it based on age at all? Like if you've got a certain age to be the Yarrow, and that's why it's just luck of the draw.
No. Yeah, you get elected. You get elected onto the committee, and then you serve your time on the committee, and that takes you through to when you're Yarrow.
I can't think who's been the youngest Yarrow. Would that be? I can't think.
That's a good question. The 2020 Yarrow, Liam Summers was certainly one of the younger ones.
Yeah. And some folk have been a lot older. Of course, James, your dad was Yarrow as well in the past as well.
He was,
the first year I ever came to Shetland to play up LA was your dad was the Yarrow. And Jimmy Burgess was his musician, if I mind saying.
Yeah.
Jimmy was there, and Ian Nicholson, that's now in America.
Yeah, him, and then Andrew Tulloch, he played the guitar, Violet's Tulloch's son.
Violet's son, yeah. So it's amazing how all these things happen. So you've ended up there, but I think the music's a huge part in Shetland for everybody that's listening. It doesn't just stop at dances and things, like say up Helia and all that. All the social stuff throughout the year, there's music all the time, and we're kind of
you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it without the musicians as well. You need the music.
No. But I think that's inspiring for young musicians as well, because they want to be part of that and want to play for Yarrow squads and up Helias and things. You know, it's all good. You know, but brilliant, right? So jumping on here's a track for 2 years ago. And I had to ask the name of this tune, James, because I didn't ken it. And here it was written by Bruce Peebles. And Bruce is up here as well, of course, in the Police. And you told me it was called the Johnson's Golden Two-Step.
That's right, yeah.
Cracking tune. Cracking wee tune.
Really good swingy tune, and very kind of military type tune with it.
Who was this? Who did he compose this for?
It was written for the Golden Wine, Andy and Rhoda Johnson.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. So Andy happened to be an ex-Geyser Yarrow. So.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a club, by the way, Davey. Once you've been a Yarrow, there's an ex-Yarrow club as well.
Anything to drink, yeah?
No, it's not quite that. It's very serious, Davey. Don't say that kind of things. Right, here they are. Here's the Johnson's Golden Two-Step.
There we go.
Driving, boys, driving. Martin Henderson, if you can still hear us, because I noticed Martin put an odd comment in there saying I think John Matheson was the youngest Yarrow. Martin can obviously hear us. Martin, if you can hear me, I've sent you the link to this. If you want to jump on, jump in, and we'll take you on. I don't think we've had Andy on the North Boat before on the show. We've had folk in Airport Departure Lounge in America and all over the place, but we've not had Andy. Well, there was a chap used to comment for an oil rig in the North Sea, right enough. He used to watch us.
Martin will be somewhere up Fair Isle, we know, I would think.
Yeah. So. As long as he's got internet, though, he'll be all right. It's fine. But if you're there, Martin, give it a try. Click on that link I sent you if you want to come and say hello. That was brilliant. Right, boys, up to date. You've been nominated for the Trad Awards. How does that feel?
Yeah. Absolutely delighted. Yeah.
Good.
That's a great honour and total surprise. So no, I was delighted.
Did you have any idea that was coming?
No. The first we got was the email through for the Trads to give us a notification of that. So total surprise.
Am I right in saying that the Cullivoe won this before once?
That's right. Yeah. We won it.
You did win it before.
We won it back in 2011.
2011, because I remember with Fustra, when I was playing, we won it in 2-3. That was only about the second year or something of the thing or something.
I think it was 2011. I can't.
Yeah, and then I meant the Cullivoe won it, and then James, did you not win it with Fustra again?
Yeah, that's going back maybe 2014, maybe something like that.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And then this is you guys down for it again. So I hope you do absolutely brilliant with it. I think you will, because the band's extremely popular in the scene. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to vote for the boys, jump onto their page. Or there, Davies put the thing along the bottom. Remember, all this stuff's recorded, ladies and gentlemen, so you don't have to worry about pens and pencils just now. You can look back. And remember, we're on YouTube as well. You can watch it on the big telly or whatever you want. And you can find the Cullivoe Band on Facebook. They've got all the links on there as well to the Trad Awards. Pop into the Trad Awards. It's very straightforward. You click on the Here bit, you go in. A lot of folk get confused because they don't realise you have to put your email address in, and then your name, and then your email address. And as long as you do that, then you're into the voting. And you don't have to vote for everything. If you don't know anything in some of the sections, you don't have to do that. You can just go through it and vote for what you do want to vote for. But it's really nice you guys have got in, and there's a fair Shetland representation this year again, actually, as well.
There is that, yeah.
It's nice to see it. So it's really good. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd be kind enough to do that, that would be wonderful. Jump onto the Trad Awards page and vote for the Cullivoe Band. And what was it Davey said? Others are available, but anyway.
The good question is, who are you up against?
Yeah, lots of good nominees up there. Ian McPhail, Sandy Nixon, and the Criner Kelly Band. So all fabulous bands and musicians that we all know very well. So
one thing that's really good this year, I think, as well, is actually that is 4 dance bands. There's been a wee bit for a few years that there's been bands that maybe we wouldn't have classed as Scottish dance bands sometimes, but it was more like a folk dancey band. But I suppose it is still a dance band because people dance to them, but not necessarily Scottish dance band, if you get what I mean. So, but this year you have got 4 dance bands, so it's straight down the line. So
and it's the 20th anniversary this year.
Is it really?
2003 was the first Trad Awards.
Are you both heading down?
Graeme and Martin is heading down to that. So, Michelle and Brian will be watching for the city, I would think.
All right, okay.
So,
Graeme, just looking forward to it.
Just so you're aware, there's a thing called a 24-hour bakery in Dundee.
Oh.
and when they say 24 hours, they mean 24 hours.
Yeah.
So you might want to wrap your wallopers around that after the show.
Yeah.
And there was a cracking kebab.
We might be needing it after the show.
Yeah. There was a cracking kebab shop just round the corner as well for the show, actually.
Really good Mexican, not far from the Keir Hall as well.
I noticed as well that Amy Lonson, one of our previous guests, and the winner of the Young Musician of the Year for the BBC Folk Musician last year, she's on stage as one of the acts this year as well. So
that's right.
Great to see you.
Stunning player. So, but we wish you all the very, very, very best with that. So let's have another track. Set of Jigs from the same dance. That was by the way, that was the Clickerman dance at the festival, folks. The last one there. And one wee thing I meant to say, sorry, backtracking here, but when we talked about Jimmy Burgess earlier on, and people that encouraged folk, when I had to go out and play my very first time playing for Uphelly, it was Jimmy Burgess I went to see and asked what I would need to do, and it was him that talked me through the whole day and told me exactly where I would need to be. And because he's done it himself so many times. And I was a wee bit older than you guys, but they were still encouraging, if you get what I mean, and happy for everybody to do everything, you know. And he did. He told me absolutely everything, where you would be in the hospital at such and such a point and everything. He knew every single detail, you know. It was just good. So it's good. Right, we set of jigs for the same night. Was this for a posties or something, was it?
I think it maybe was, from memory.
Yeah, I think so.
This is
big favourite in Cullivoe, just to tie it in again. Up in Cullivoe, they love posties jig nowadays.
They do, yeah. It's good to,
and it's always Robert Jameson that instigates it as well, who's Gordon Jameson's brother, of course.
I have on good authority. I've got a good authority from my in-laws that the posties jig as a dance is rather difficult.
Well, I wouldn't like to do it.
No.
Tried ups and downs and crossing over, it confuses me.
Yeah.
There's Alan Monroe asking a wee question. Are the button boxes feature much in Shetland, or is it mostly piano? Alan, it is mostly piano, to be honest.
Mostly piano, yeah.
There's not a lot of button, which is quite...
It's surprising given the Scandinavian kind of sort of connections. It's strange that there wasn't more.
Exactly. You'd have thought there was more, wouldn't you? Because, as you say, the 5-row players all over Scandinavia are coming over. But no, it tends to be piano, Alan, more than anything. I wonder if that's even just to do with tutors and there's not been somebody that would have taught 5-row or something, you know. It's maybe just one of the things.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, set of jigs. Can you mind these ones?
I think this was for last year's festival, so it would, I think it was a set of Ian Burns jigs. I think maybe the Burns Ska, Baza Hagdale, the Spinnaker, and John Leonard Scholar, I think was the 4 tunes.
Magic. Fantastic. You'll enjoy these. Brilliant. Really good.
Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Really nice. And you're right. Keep playing all these tunes because nobody's playing them. And
That's right.
Cracking tunes. Cracking tunes.
there's just so many tunes about. It's great. So, boys, what for the future? What's planned? What's happening?
Yeah,
Is a CD going to be in the pipeline somewhere, maybe, or a recording? Or?
I don't know. We're never really spoken about that as such, but no, we'll just kind of continue getting together and practicing up, and just enjoy getting out to dances and the kind of accordion club and all that type of thing. It's just good getting together when we can.
So plenty of bits and pieces coming in to keep you going then.
Definitely.
Weddings tends to be the popular thing as you came, Peter, or the summer months here in Shetland, and it's great for all the dance bands up here to get out to a wedding. It's nearly every wedding there's a dance, which is great. So
it's amazing, isn't it? Actually, because really, for about the end of April to. In fact, at one point in time, when I came here years ago, actually, you could nearly tell what time of year it was, what you were playing at, kind of thing. Because weddings in the summer, and then it was Christmas dances and all that for companies. But you don't see so much of that nowadays. The companies don't seem to offer dues anymore. And then, of course, it was up Helly As. And then it was squad dances. We used to play loads of squad dances. But the squad dances is a thing that doesn't really happen so much.
Yeah, there's not much of them now either. So
so it's changing days, But no, I think you should get in. And Brian Forrest was saying earlier, I think you should get in and get some CD recorded or something, because there's a huge demand for stuff that you boys are doing. Huge demand.
Especially when you can stick on a sticker saying Trad Award winners after it.
Really? Yeah. Oh, look, Ingrid says it's time for a tour south.
Oh.
With the wives, she put, of course.
Can't forget them.
That's there we go. So anyway, listen, boys, it's been absolutely fantastic having you on tonight.
Thanks very much. It's been good.
A pleasure. I hope loads of folk vote for you. In fact, I'm going to tell you this now. This is one of the highest numbers we've had for a while watching the whole show for a long time. So
thank you very much for having us.
That's really good. And ladies and gentlemen at home, we're relying on you to get out there and vote for all these people. But we'll vote for the Cullivoe Band. That would be absolutely brilliant. Boys, we're going to finish off with a couple of marches that you played at the concert as well. James, go on. I was going to say Graham, tell us what the marches were called, but
Graham, nothing related to James.
no pressure. Yeah, if I mind right, that they said it was I think the first tune is one by Michael Phillip called "The Last Duel," and then Andy Campbell's march. I think that was Colin Dewar.
Colin Dewar, yeah.
Adam and Leslie's wedding march. That was a Margaret Robertson tune. Pastor Alistair Cunningham Weir. I think Robin Brock wrote that one.
He did.
Gary Tulloch's reel. Gary had played the drums in my own band, and obviously with the Cullivoe Band in the past. That was written by Judy Nicholson, and I think that was them all. I think
this is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed having these boys here as much as we have, lads. It's been absolutely fantastic, and you stepped in just at a short notice, but it's worked out absolutely perfect timing with the awards coming up. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you've enjoyed it tonight, go and give them a vote. James, Graham, thanks very much, boys.
Thank you, boys. Much appreciated.
And we'll see you.
Thanks.
See you soon, boys.
See you soon. All the best.
Great drive there. Great driving
Fantastic.
sound.
Fantastic.
Great driving sound. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been fantastic having you all tonight. We've had a really amazing night. Fantastic numbers. I hope you can join us for till the end of the year, as we said earlier on. There's
before, I've put a post up on our page, obviously explaining that we're finishing up. If you are wanting to, please leave a comment and let us know who your favourite guest so far has been.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
We've already had one mentioned, so it's good. So let's see who your favourite is, who your favourite has been. But next week,
yes,
we're going from Shetland all the way to Orkney via America. We have the fantastic fiddler, photographer, designer Louise Bishon joining us. Who
a great show.
Orkney lass who went out to America and has got married and is living out there now.
Yeah.
But,
and doing
fantastic.
very well and being very successful.
Yes.
So really looking forward to that show, actually. So if you're not doing anything next week, folks, at 8 o'clock, join us.
And even if you do have something to do next week, you can catch up at any time on YouTube, Facebook. Yeah.
That's it. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been great. Sandra says, flipping heck, there's been that many guests. I don't know, have we hit about 300 or something?
I don't think we hit 300. I think maybe in 250 or something like that, 250, 260.
250. Been a lot of guests. So.
Been a lot of guests.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the Cullivoe Band. Go and give them a vote for the Trad Awards. It'd be super to see the boys. Really nice lads. It'd be nice to see them lifting that award and bringing it back north to Shetland.
I'll let the police know.
Yeah. No bother. Okay, take care, folks. See you soon.
Right. Ike